Well, well, well. Oh my gosh. Oy vey. Like, back at it again. Your favorite, beloved, disembodied voice, Irami, and welcome to the studios. Clap it up. Clap it up. Yo, clap it up. For that one viewer out there, that one individual who's probably somewhere around the world, probably living in a house somewhere in the cold winters of Alaska. It's not even winter yet. Thank you for deciding to hop on here and just so happen to come into my humble abode. Thank you. Thank you. And each and every one of you guys, thank you. This is going to be very awkward because there's two things that is flowing through my mind right now. Number one, how to introduce myself to this new platform I'm in, Twitch. And another part of me is what am I'm going to say to the old platform that I've walked away from for over a year. You know it, you guessed it, YouTube. All right, then let's get it cracking. So, for those who may not know, my name is Irami, and this is my studios. We are a humble channel slash stream service ish. I really don't know how it works, the terminology on here. And yes, me and all the tribes. You are part of my tribe. You know, we pop a squat. We sit around the fire, and we just simply chat away through the endless nights. Now, depending on where you live, where I live, and if you live anywhere close to where I live, you probably are saying Irami. Um, this is supposed to be the late night excursions. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What are you doing right now? Now let me explain. Let me explain. This is the first episode slash stream that I have done over a year. So in a way, I'm kind of testing the waters. Okay, I can hear some of you guys' frustration. Let me explain. So, um, Twitch viewers, for those who may not know, for about maybe 2 or 3 months, I have been doing this podcast series called, well, you guessed it, the Late Night Excursions. For about 2 or 3 months, 4 episodes, each about maybe 30 minutes to an hour long, and it's basically me ranting and raving about various things, from from the things that go down during the pandemic to other podcast streams to freaking advertisements and sponsorships. I just whatever comes to my mind, I will talk about and rant about throughout the entire night. The excursions. um, my plan, like the series, had a 10 episode in plan. It was gonna be like it was gonna be like season one, 10 episodes, season two, so many other episodes, and so on and so forth. However, the first season dropped after 4 episodes. Um, Now, at the time of me recording and uploading them, it just things life happens. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to for those that I guess for anyone you have to understand that when I started the late night excursions um back in like April and May of 2020, I started that during the first peak, the first height of um the global pandemic, COVID-19. Wait, am I allowed to say that? I don't know. I have no idea about YouTube or Twitch guidelines. I mean, it is what it is. Come on now, people ain't stupid. We y'all know what it is. Y'all know what we in it. Heck, so you know. So during the height of the pandemic, the first height of the pandemic, I spent, I think, my last couple of months of high school at home, doing nothing. The usual, like we all do: play video games, eat, watch TV, sleep, repeat. Maybe occasional showers every now and again. But that was pretty much how life was. I pretty much got bored over time, and something clicked in my head. You know what, Mark? You should be a social media influencer. And then I said to myself, Irami, what are you talking about? That's trash. So I did it anyway. For about maybe 2 3 weeks, I was your average social media influencer. It was garbage. It was hot trash. I don't know why I did it. I think I just wanted to do something to make quick quick cash and then bounce. But then something else came to mind, and then the voice came from the heavens and said, "Hey, Irami, you have a pretty noticeable list, stuttering and all types of speech impediments. You need to be a podcast or podcaster, or however you call it." And I'm all like, bruh, what the heck, man? I'm like, but then it hit me. But then again, I do like to talk. And I love to talk about all types of things. Have deep, long discussions about anything. So that's where the interest came out from. It came from the very interest, the very passion of just simply discussing about things. I mean, hey, I started a philosophy club in my high school. Yay. Freaking E for effort. Um I love discussing. So for those that may know and those that may not know, my YouTube channel has had a very, very long history of midlife crisis, and it's not even 10 years old yet. It's My YouTube channel started off as a gaming channel. You know, excuse me, 15-year-old me just got done watching PewDiePie and Markiplier. The first thing that came to my head, I gotta be a YouTuber, a gaming YouTuber. Ooh, I'm gonna be the famous one. I'm gonna be a famous black YouTuber. Move aside, KSI. Move aside, um, freaking Caleb City. I'm going to be the very best. But one big giant flaw that prevented me from even taking my first step into the YouTube gaming community. Money. Yes, yes. Money, money, money. Money was the biggest factor, the biggest denominator to everything. Because you need money to buy game capture devices, green screens if you want them, a really really good camera. You need really good systems, a powerful computer to not only run the games but to run all your systems, your recordings and everything, and the odds and the ends of it all. Um, but the most important thing to all gaming channels is you need the gaming consoles. You need the games themselves. You need the microphones. You need it all. It was like a whole list of equipment, a whole list of requirements that you needed. And each and every one of them had big, big dollar signs. The type of dollar signs that me at that age didn't even think it was even possible. So because of all those limitations, and of course, being a middle schooler and all that, it became tough. It became tough, and it kind of that became the biggest reason why I never tried, um, you know, the YouTube gaming community or trying it out. And I think I enjoy watching gaming YouTubers than being one myself. Because whenever I do play a video game, I'm always focused. I hardly ever talk. I'm so immersed into the story that I'm not engaging with anyone. I'm not talking to anyone. It's just me and the game. And that's really, really good because I'm into the video game, but that's not good when you're trying to be a video game commentator. Because the whole purpose of being a video gamer is not only you're playing the game, but you're also talking about the game. It's like you're playing the game, you're talking about the game, and you're also interacting it, but you're also entertaining people. I can never understand how people can do it. People who can just play a video game, be immersed, also engage with their audience, and then also entertain the audience at the same time while also being immersed in the game. People who can do that, I applaud you. Base examples of those are like Berlizzi. That just pops in my mind, and I know there's too many others I could list, but that's the first one that came to my mind. You know, even he himself sometimes have said that it gets kind of hard trying to get into the game because once you get into the game, you get focused and you tend to forget. Oh wait, I'm also trying to talk about it and entertain people, trying to keep it from being boring. So that was my biggest thing. So once once my gaming YouTube journey have died quickly, I I then went on to it took about I think about maybe 3 or 4 years later. Jump fast forward to now I'm a junior year in high school. Um, I get into this big giant craze. This big giant music craze. I love music and I still love music. As you can see, if you hop on my YouTube channel, you can see there's a whole list of instrumentals and then a couple of songs I have made. I love music and I'll continue to write and make and produce music to this very day. Um, but during 2018, it was just this big giant trend of me making nothing but instrumentals. You know, sometimes I would try to make it very complex. Sometimes I'll make it very simple. Sometimes the instrumentals would be like a duration of maybe 3 minutes to freaking 10 minutes long, and I enjoyed making them. But what? Why did I stop? Number one, I wanted fame, but not in a good way. It was like I wanted to be noticed by my work, but the work wasn't good enough to even be noticed in the first place. So I guess two two points kind of coincided with each other. The first one was all about making something, making that next instrumental that everybody would just be like, "Ooh, he's good. I'm gonna hop on him. I'm gonna follow him. I'm gonna subscribe to him." You know that. I was trying to look for that. Like every time I release something, I'll be lucky enough to get maybe two views. I got two views. That was it. I was done. And then another aspect was each. How can I say this? I guess like over time you could start if you were to listen to them, you can tell that there was some that was like poorly arranged, poorly produced. You could tell how I was making them in a rush. There was some that was less genuine than others. And I think over time, as I was just making these, I was like, I think by the time I stopped making these instrumentals, I think I had like maybe 20 to 30 of them. But it was like, and I have like much more stored privately. So I was just making so much of them. And I guess it got to a point where it went from being quality over quantity. One moment, please. Yeah, it went from being quantity over quality. You know, I wasn't making these instrumentals, these beats, these music for the passion of it, for the love of it. I was just making it simply because I was making it simply because, well, I need to see what the people like so they can hop on, so I can follow the trend. You know, it was no longer about what I liked. It was all about, well, I need something that people can like. And then it was also keep making it, because I think at one point, because I also have SoundCloud, so I had this little crazy schedule. I had, it was like two two beats. It was like I had, my thing was make two beats a week. Sometimes I'll end up making more than that. And it was like a grueling schedule. It became a job almost like a job. Like I had like I was like I'll spend like a day or two just on my systems trying to see what is new, what is not new, is what is fresh and all that stuff. And I think it got to the point where they all started sounding the same. They really all started to sound the same. They didn't sound different from one another. They didn't sound unique. They didn't sound good. They just sounded bland to me. You know, speaking as a perfectionist, you know, somewhat of a perfectionist. I mean, heck, originally this whole stream, I've already streamed it, and I thought I recorded it, but I didn't, so I had to restart it right now. So here we are, back at it again. You know it, you love it, you rhyme me, and welcome to the studios. That would be the introduction of a new genre of my YouTube channel. You know, after about a year or two of instrumentals, posting and making, beat making, I got tired of it. And the reason why I got tired of it would lead, it would lead to why I got tired of doing the Late Night Excursions podcast back last year. You know, it becomes very intimidating, very challenging, and very discouraging when you put so much work and effort to something, and you get like very little to even no reward for it. It becomes very intimidating, and that was something that was like a big giant hurdle for me to hop over, because like just like um just like the time consumption I had to give when making these beats was the same thing when I would make these podcasts. Now, like I said just a few minutes ago, I tend to become a very perfectionist person. Um, I'm not very satisfied in my work. You know, it'll take me 20 times. Like I remember, I think my very first episode of late night excursions. I did like maybe 10 takes. It took me 10 takes for me to actually begin the recording. Because I wanted to record, I wanted to start off perfectly. But I couldn't. Not as good as I know I could. And it took maybe another five for me to finally finish through it and then be somewhat satisfied. I was never satisfied. If you ask me, um, was I ever satisfied in anything I have created, both as a podcast or in music? I will always tell you I am never 100% satisfied because I know it could be much better than what it is now. But that's the product of what I had at that time that I could. Um, Heck, I'm dang near not satisfied with what I have now on this, but here I am. But I'm happy with it. I'm happy that I know that people who continue to watch my stuff continue to listen to my stuff, and that's what kind of keeps me going. You know, if one viewer, one person out of the entire human population came on my channel or came to my streams and say, you know what, I like what you got. I like your work. I like what you say. I like what you produce. I like it. If one person out of the entire human race were to say that, I would be content. And I would continue to produce only for that person. Just because he like it. And there are a lot of people. There are some people out there. And I thank you so much for your support. I thank you. Um, I will give out some shout outs, but I think I'll do that later. So what is for today? What is this? What is the late night excursions? A lot of my Twitch streamers are probably like, "What is this? What is this? You keep talking about yourself. What is this?" The late night excursions is simply me ranting and raving, discussing about everything and anything in this doggone rock we call Earth. It can be things we can discuss about things that doesn't have a real true answer to, or we can discuss and debate about things that have so many different answers and each can conflict with one another. It's freaking, it can be from books, TVs, movies, food, anime, politics, religion. I don't care what it is. Let's just have fun. Because sometimes it's good to just have fun and talk to people. It's good to discuss. It's good to poke the bear. It's good to make people upset because to make someone upset, you have to then dig into why you're upset. What makes you upset, and then we can understand. Oh, why? You know, Talks like these are good. They're meant to happen. They need to be made. It's good to talk about touchy subjects, things that, oh no, you may offend somebody, man. Because if we don't discuss these things, then you will never solve the issues. So that's where I come in. Welcome to the studios where we open the doors to all provoking and controversial things that makes things controversial. And it's not just a podcast. I had so many plans for this channel, for this streaming channel, which I still want to do in the future, such as you know my biggest ideas were anime watch night. Me and the tribe, all of you guys, on like a on a day, all of us can just sit down together and watch an episode of your favorite anime, or your favorite episodes of an anime. You know, that would be fun. A movie night we can do. We can watch, reacting to different things, reacting to channels, reacting to videos. You know, I love memes. Freaking, you got stuff out there that would crack me up. You bring them in. I'm all for it. Um, I have so many ideas for not just this stream, but also for my YouTube channel that I felt I kind of left it to just dry up and die alone. But not entirely, because for those that may know, I did upload something this year. It was two songs from an LP that I've been working on from 2020. Like I told you before, my passion is music. I love music, and I always will continue to do music. But I took like a 2 or 3 year break from 2018's instrumentals and beats that I was just simply manufacturing and not making. So that was my that's what I kind of did. So I uploaded some music. I uploaded, I think, 2 songs on my YouTube channel. I don't know how I feel about them. I mean, you're entitled to your own opinion of how you feel about them. But for me, I feel like they could have gone better. Like I said, like I'm very hard to be. I'm very hard to be satisfied. You know, but I'm always happy to know that somebody, at least somebody out there, enjoyed my music, enjoyed my podcast. You know, enjoyed the stream. You know, like let me see real quick. Like we got one viewer on here. How you doing, bro? 24 views in total. A. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. You know. So and don't you worry. You're not gonna be hearing my disembodied voice for long. I do would like to set up a camera so we can, have one-on-one, up close and personal time with me, your new friend. Yes, yes, I am your new friend. Around me. So let's get it cracking. So what is this? What are we doing today? Because I know traditionally I always have topics, and sometimes those topics end up derailing into other topics and other discussions. Well, today this is Operation Test the Waters, episode 5. Like I said, my plan originally last year was to have 10 episodes of season 1. I stopped at 4 episodes and never came back. For my YouTube people, this is episode 5. I'm back at it again. Even though this is not late night, well, to me personally, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But I know normally I like to be on here around 8 or 9 o'clock when it's truly late night excursions. But here we are. We out here chilling. We out here chilling. We out here doing our thing. Um, so today marks as day one of coming back on YouTube. This is my first time ever introducing myself to stream. How you guys doing? um, and yeah, I hope that we will have some fun time on here. Um, keep in mind, I'm not gonna always be on here. You know, I have a life, unfortunately. For some of you, it's like, oh dang, I wish you would be here every single day. Nah, I have school, I have job, I have everything. So I try to be on here during the nights where, because I also live with a roommate, so I'm gonna try to be on here during the times that I'm, where he's not here, and during times where I know I'm not busy. So I'm gonna try to keep it. I'm gonna try to keep it up. I'm gonna stay strong. I'm gonna stay committed. I'm not gonna become discouraged, because going back to why I stopped doing, like, one of the reasons why I stopped doing my music instrumentals was because you work so hard to receive little reward, you know, and of course, not being genuine, quantity over quality, you know, losing interest and stuff. That same thing kind of fell into why I stopped doing, my podcast series on YouTube at first. It started becoming like a job. a job that didn't feel satisfactory. It didn't feel like it was rewarding enough because, like I said earlier, it'll take me, it'll take me like at least an hour just to get ready. Then it'll take me 2 or 3 hours to just record, and then I'll spend 1 or 2 days of simply editing. You know, now I know some of you guys out there, you guys are probably experienced with editing and know how to edit all types of complex and intricate videos. Props to you. I love you guys. But for me, I have never edited a day of my life. So for me, it was a challenge. And now what I'm about to say is, some of you guys is gonna be like, really? That's nothing. But for me, it was everything. You know, like I said, you know, you trying to, I had like an hour worth of recordings, an hour worth of recordings of me simply talking, or having guests over, and then trying to trying to fit trying to sync my audio with the title cards or with the background images. So what you're seeing right now on your screen, this is actually one of dozens of like background images or title cards that I would have in the background of my video. So when you're listening, you'll have something to see. Um, well, each of these images, each of these frames were like 3 seconds per frame. So I had to fit that with the audio. So it was like each 3 seconds fill in fill in, I guess, that space with the image, the title card, the background, um, and it had to match with the audio, the recording. Now, me saying that sounds very, very simple for many of you experienced editors. But for me, doing this on an ancient computer, I think it was like, and this wasn't like this wasn't no Adobe Premiere, um, you know, like your very, very prestigious editing software. This was freaking Microsoft Video Editor. That's what I was working with. Sounds very easy, but when you're trying to gather up all your images and try to put that on there and keep doing that for each 3 seconds, it became very, very tedious and tiresome. And that's why my goal was to keep it 30 minutes or less of a podcast. But of course, I like to talk. My audio will tend to be an hour to an hour 15, sometimes an hour 30. So of course, I'm just doing this each minute, each second, or each 3 seconds a minute. And I'm just adding images. Very simple. I mean, it wasn't difficult. I'm not doing math equations, but it was very time consuming, very tedious, very, very boring. And if you didn't get it just right, you end up screwing everything up. You had to start stuff back. You had to start everything back over, and that became very frustrating. So it was like all that hard work I did. Well, to me, it was hard work. But all that hard work that I thought I did, all this work, and then finally when I uploaded, I would barely get 1 or 2 views. Now then again, it wasn't about the views. It wasn't about the subscriptions. It wasn't about the likes, the dislikes. It was about doing something that I loved. I love podcasts, so I'm gonna keep on uploading podcast videos. But then, it does get, psychologically, it does get very intimidating, very frustrating even when you put all your time and all your work on these videos just to get barely nothing. It made me. It kind of it was it, be- it made me very discouraged, and over time, also adding on to the fact that school and moving and personal life issues, we all have that in life. We have other things that we preoccupied us. That all just became one big giant contributing factors to why I ended up stopping. I ended up stop doing late night excursions. So so and then also I kind of took a break to also work on my music because still have this musical career dream of mine. I took a break to start back on my music. Instead of doing instrumentals, I started doing music. I started actually writing lyrics and actually using my voice, singing, which uh, I did not. I know my neighbors probably hated me for that because I bought like a crappy microphone on Amazon, and I'm just singing at the top of my lungs to the point where it was like I could hear the whispers from out coming from the walls, like, "Yo, you need to stop singing, bro. I hear you." Like it was like and then sometimes my family would bust out in the room, ruin the entire recording, and try to. It was getting bad. It was just becoming cringy. It was like one big giant cringe session, and I was done with it. I'm glad I did what I had to do. So yeah, so that was like another passion project I was doing, which was making music again, but not just instrumentals, but actually singing, actually writing music, actually putting more putting more oomph into it. And if I had to tell you which is better, the music that I this music project I was doing in 2020 versus all those instrumentals and beats I made back in 2018, I prefer the former. I love the music I made last year and this year because I put more effort into it. I put more soul into it. The lyrics I was writing came from my heart. It came from me, you know. And when you're doing something you love, it becomes really fun. But then when it becomes a job and when it becomes work, and of course something that you're not even getting paid for, and then the I guess the rewards doesn't really amount to the work you give to it, it becomes boring. It becomes meaningless almost to you. That's how I felt, and that's how I felt towards late night excursions. So fast forward to September 2021. I hop on my YouTube channel, and oh my stars and garters, my last episode to my late night excursions series, episode 4, has 52 views. Now I know to many of you guys that ain't nothing, but to me, who has been accustomed to 1 or 2 views for about 5 years, I felt famous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I felt I felt happy. 52 views. It took I don't know how long it took that last episode of the podcast series to go up from like 2 views to 52, but I was happy. And I was also happy that the first song of my 2020 little project, my music project I did, the first episode, check it out, Genesis, was 27 or 29 views. I was happy. I was happy. I was happy. I was like, wow. You know. So there is an audience for me. You are my audience. Those that decide to click on me, listen to me, and I thank you for following me throughout these. There have been times where I've given up. There have been times where I was tired. There was times where I didn't put no more effort into it no more. And hearing all the YouTubers saying, you just gotta keep doing it, you just gotta keep putting effort into it. It's all like, Well, you know what? It becomes very doggone stressing when you have to worry about what goes on outside of your little YouTube slash Twitch project, like life and job and work and school, and then trying to swallow your pride and trying to swallow the failure or that little sensation of dang people ain't trying to listen to me. It's frustrating to hop on YouTube and your friendly YouTube algorithm. I don't know how you say it. Freaking YouTube recommendations sends you clips of a 30-second meme, 30 seconds, freaking meme, and the views are like 12 million. You have millions of views for people doing stupid things, and here I am trying to put my heart and soul into this, and I'll be lucky to get 2 views. That becomes very, very discouraging. It does. It really does. But I'm back at it again. I'm back at it again. And this is episode 5 to all my YouTube people and to my new Twitch platform, to all my new my new audience on Twitch. This is episode 1. Welcome to the studios. Welcome to the late night excursions. And episode 1 to my Twitch audience is, who the heck is Irami and why does he live in a doggone studios? Because it's warm in here, bro. And I can talk about anything I want. To my people on YouTube, this is episode 5. And please don't get upset and why I disappeared. Like, bro, this man was 4 episodes strong, left, came back 7 months later, uploaded some music, and then ghosted again. You gotta do that sometimes, bro. You gotta do that sometimes. So, yes, let's do this. I have so many plans. I have so many goals. There's so many things I want to do, and I don't even care if I have one viewer. It's just gonna be me and this one viewer to the end of time. But I would love for you to spread the word, like and subscribe. Hop on YouTube, do the same thing. Cause honestly, at this point, I'm not trying to be a famous YouTuber. I'm not trying to be a famous Stritch Twitch streamer. I'm just trying to be me, do me, and have fun doing it. So all you guys who are listening, join me. Follow me, let's do this. I low key forgot how I used to end my videos, but let's see if I can remember it. Let's do this. Well, that marks episode 5. To my Twitch viewers, that marks episode 1. And I want to say to everyone, I love you guys. Stay safe, be careful out there, and remember, I am just a man with a microphone. It ain't that serious. It's really not. This is a really chill side of YouTube or a chill side of Twitch. Unless somebody come up in here and try to start some foolishness, then this is gonna be the hottest part of Twitch or YouTube. So I love you guys. I'll see you guys next weekend. Peace. Hit that music, boy. This is kind of sad music. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's some sad music. I was thinking about this when the Twitch. When the Twitch started. You got anything else? Don't worry, you guys. Next time we're gonna have some more. We're gonna have some heat on this stream. Anyway, peace.